So as you guys can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be reacting to the very first Brazilian Jiu Jitsu competition that I did. This was actually back when I was a white belt, and in this competition, I did pretty well. I won the competition. I actually set a record at the time as well for the fastest submission, but just overall too, and like in terms of mat time, I did very well. I was only out there for all my matches like a total of 2 minutes, maybe 2.5 minutes max. I submitted all my opponents, but this was like a year and a half ago, and I hate watching this just because I just sucked really bad back then. There's a lot of things I did wrong, a few things I did right, but a lot of things to criticize, critique, things like submitting people from the bottom of mount, and a lot more. So I'm gonna stop yapping about this. I'm gonna go over to my laptop, get everything set up, and let's go ahead and check out these videos. Alright, so this right here is my very first match ever competing in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. To say the least, I was extremely nervous. Going into this, I really didn't have a whole lot of stand-up or takedowns or anything like that. As soon as you guys see this guy, the guy that I'm facing, as soon as the match starts, you can automatically tell he's got me outmatched. In the stand-up department, I could just tell as soon as the match started, his posture, his stance, the way he starts pawing at my head, it just screamed this guy was a wrestler. So I'm like, great, this is gonna suck. But he ends up going in right here, shoots in on a double, switches over to a single, and I'm used to this. It happens to me a lot against wrestlers in the gym, and I always guillotine people, especially against other white belts. They're just not thinking in jiu-jitsu, they're more thinking wrestling. So the guillotine's always there. I get the tap right there. Going back though, I was gonna try to bring my leg up and like lock it across, bring it across his back, kind of pull him into like, I guess like a half guard, but I really couldn't. You could see he's got his arm hooked around my legs because he was trying to pass over to side control. And but that's right there is where I get him. You can see him tap right here, and this was the fastest submission. He was very mad too. You see him get up. He's not happy. He's shaking his head. I don't know what he's saying. He does not look pleased. I was just relieved. I was like, thank God this is over. I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm bringing both my hands up, whatever. I just look awkward. But he was nice about it afterwards. That was my very first match. This was my second match, and this was actually the final match, like the gold medal match. There was only like 5 or 6 people, I believe, in my pool for this tournament, and I had to buy the first round, so I didn't really have to face anybody. So I just pretty much kind of moseyed my way into the the quarterfinals. And funny story, the fellow that I'm facing actually in a tournament this year that I had for the early weigh-ins. I went in to do the early weigh-ins, and he was actually one of the guys that was working at the event doing the early weigh-ins. So when I go into weigh-in, this guy right here is the guy that's weighing me in, which is pretty awkward. You guys will see why. But again, I was pretty nervous here, but this time I was just trying to do things to make it seem like I knew what I was doing, but I didn't really know what I was doing. Right here, I'm trying to kind of bait him for an arm drag. It didn't really work. He was wise to it. Right there, I'm pouncing. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to make it look like I know what I'm doing. I kind of drop my knee down too. Right here, you kind of tie up. I kind of had a better grip, and then I let him close in. I tried to pull guard, but I didn't really know what I was doing. I just sucked. Kind of got back up, and then right here, he closed in the underhook, and he tries to pretty much just snap me down. I get my guard back, though. However, he goes for a guillotine right here. I was posturing up, trying to posture up, and then right here, he was just dumb with me. He just hip bump sweeps me right here, and it was just stupid. Then right away, he just keeps going for this Ezekiel. This is what he went for the whole entire match, for the entirety of the match that it lasted. He kept trying to Ezekiel me over and over again, which probably was his worst mistake, because my bread and butter, when I started out with my bread and butter was Ezekiel's, and I could pretty much hit him from anywhere, against lower level people, not against obviously higher belts. They're going to be wise to it. But right here, he keeps trying to set up. I know how to defend him just because I'm so used to doing them to people. So over time, you kind of just understand the move as a whole. And he kept trying to do it to me. And right here, I almost knock him over. I couldn't get him off me. So then right here, I'm just basically trying to either get some space between us. And then right here, I just get the wise idea to try to Ezekiel him from the bottom of mount. Lock it up. Literally lock it all the way across to where my wrist, like I'm grabbing onto my wrist. And I get the tap. That right there, I would 100% not recommend doing that, though. You are not supposed to be trying to Ezekiel people from the bottom of mount, because you will get armbarred for that reason. If you are the guy on top, literally all you have to do is just keep climbing your legs up, keep swinging your knees up, and then just swing over, and you got an armbar right there, because my arms are literally out right there. I'm giving you an armbar. So that is why you don't want to do an Ezekiel from the bottom of the mount. This guy, obviously at white belt, you're not thinking like that. You're not smooth with the jiu-jitsu like that. I think all in all, though, the biggest thing that I learned from this competition, because of the nervousness and everything, the biggest way to kind of fight through that and actually like compete well and perform well is you just have to kind of go out there and just be the hammer. You have to be the enforcer. You kind of have to be the matador. You have to have like a game plan of what you're going to do in your mind. Like, you almost have to have it like visualize in your mind what you're going to do and just literally kind of go out there and just kind of force it on the other person. That didn't really click with me until probably like the last couple months, because really that's just the best way to kind of enforce your game plan and get the best results. If you go out there and just kind of force whatever you think you're going to do in your mind and literally just try to go out there and execute that to as best as you can, that's probably your best chances of performing. That's my biggest takeaway from this tournament, and just really just competition in general. I hope you guys did enjoy this video though. If you guys found it entertainable, enjoyable, whatever, please share this video, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below too. If you guys have any ideas, video suggestions, things you guys like me doing, things you guys want to see me do, let me know in the comment section below, because I'm really trying to narrow in my niche of what I do. So if you guys have anything in particular you like what I do, let me know and I will try to narrow it down. And until next time, I will catch you guys later.